Finding the right price to facilitate trade through advantage and specialization. Trade works because people, businesses, and countries are not equally good at producing the same things. Some can make more with the same resources, and some can make certain goods at a lower cost in terms of what they must give up. Finding the right price is what turns those differences into mutual benefits and allows trade to take place smoothly and repeatedly. We begin with absolute advantage. A producer has an absolute advantage when they can make more of a good using the same amount of time, labor, or resources than someone else. For example, one person might be able to produce more food in an hour, while another can build more tools in that same time. Absolute advantage tells us who is more productive, but it does not fully explain why trade can still benefit both sides. That deeper explanation comes from comparative advantage, which is based on opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is the value of the next best alternative that must be given up to produce something. A producer has a comparative advantage in a good if they give up less of something else to make it than another producer does. Even if one person or country is better at producing everything, trade can still be beneficial if each side specializes in what it gives up the least to produce. This is where specialization becomes powerful. When producers focus on what they have a comparative advantage in, they use their resources more efficiently. Over time, they improve their skills, adopt better methods, and reduce wasted effort. The result is not just exchange, it is an increase in the total amount of goods and services available. In other words, the system as a whole can produce more simply because people are doing what they do relatively best. Now we connect this idea to price. The right price in trade is often called the terms of trade, which is the rate at which one good is exchanged for another. This price does not need to be perfect. It just needs to fall in a range that makes both sides better off. The key rule is this: as long as the terms of trade fall between the opportunity costs of the two trading partners, both sides benefit. If the price is too high or too low, one side will walk away because they would be better off producing the good themselves. But when the price falls between their opportunity costs, each side can trade for what they want at a lower cost than if they tried to make it on their own. When prices reflect these underlying opportunity costs, they send clear signals. A rising price tells producers that a good is relatively scarce or costly to make, encouraging those who can produce it at a lower opportunity cost to step in. A falling price tells producers that their time and resources might be better used elsewhere. This constant adjustment helps guide people toward the activities where they create the most value. As specialization deepens, something important happens. The total output of the system grows. More food, more tools, more services, and more choices become available. This growth does not come from working longer hours or using more resources. It comes from using existing resources more intelligently. In the end, the right price does more than complete a single trade. It coordinates millions of decisions about what to produce, what to buy, and how to use limited resources. By reflecting absolute advantage, comparative advantage, and opportunity costs, prices help turn differences in productivity into shared gains. That is why trade, guided by the right price, is not just about exchanging goods. It is about creating more value for everyone involved.